So what should have been a regular bonding trip to Disneyland between a mother and her 11-year-old son has ended up in a complete disaster. This is a seriously heavy story we're diving into today. It's been all over the news, and it's the kind of thing that makes you stop and think, what is happening to us? A mom in California, her name is Sarita Ramaraju, allegedly murdered her own son during a Disneyland custody visit. Now buckle up because this is a wild ride, but before we dive in, go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. All right, here's the rundown. Sarita Ramaraju, a 48-year-old Indian woman who is living in Virginia, took her 11-year-old son, Yatin, on what was supposed to be a fun 3-day trip to Disneyland in California. This was part of a custody visit, more on that later. On March 17th, instead of taking him back to his dad like she was supposed to, she allegedly slit his throat with a kitchen knife that she bought the day before. Then she called 911, says she took a bunch of pills to end her own life, and when the cops show up, they find Yatin dead in the motel room. Toys and souvenirs from the happiest place on earth are just scattered around. She's charged with a felony murder plus an enhancement for the use of a deadly weapon. And if convicted, she's looking at 26 years to life.
Over here. Come over here.
Okay.
Come over here.
She has blood in her hands. Blood in her hands. Who else is inside? Just your son?
I mean, what do you even say to that? An 11-year-old kid excited about Disneyland and his own mom does this. It's heartbreaking. And I know what y'all are thinking. Joe, is this just another true crime story? And no, guys, it's not. This is way, way bigger than that. This is about family, custody battles, and honestly, how messed up things can get when adults put their anger over their kids. Let's unpack it. So Sarita and her husband, Prakash Raju, divorced in 2018, and they have been fighting over Yatin ever since. Prakash had primary custody in Virginia, and Sarita was allowed supervised visits. Now, we're unsure of why court sided with Prakash in the custody ruling, but obviously, they made the right decision here. So Sarita claimed that Prakash was controlling, had substance abuse issues, stuff that he straight up denied. It's just one of those classic he said, she said situations, right? But here's the twist. The day that she killed Yatin was the day she was supposed to return him to his dad. Instead, she takes him to a motel in Santa Ana, buys a knife, and well, you guys know the rest. This wasn't some kind of heat of the moment thing. This was premeditated murder. And that's where I start to get mad because it's not just a tragedy, it's a choice, a selfish and spiteful one at that. It goes against a mother's human instincts to protect her child. I mean, I'm not even a parent and I know that the kid comes first. Sarita was so consumed with hate for her ex that she would rather kill her own son than let him go back. That's not love gone wrong. That's just straight up evil. Orange County DA Tom Spitzer nailed it when he said her anger outweighed her love. Preach, Todd. But here's the thing. Kids aren't pawns. They're not weapons to wield against your ex, and yet we see this all the time. Parents dragging their kids through the mud because they can't let go of the fight. Sarita took that to the extreme. She didn't just lose custody, she lost her mind. And Yatin paid the price. And can you just imagine what that kid's last moments were like? 1 minute, you're at Disneyland, riding Space Mountain, eating churros, and the next, your mom's coming at you with a knife. That's not a mental breakdown. It's a planned murder. Like, she sat with that decision for 24 hours. Now let's zoom out a bit because this isn't just about Sarita Ramaraju. This is about us. Well, our society, I mean. Think about the setting. Disneyland, the place we all grew up freaking out about, right? We are so excited, and now it's the backdrop for this nightmare. It's almost poetic in the worst way, like a symbol of how we plaster happy facades over serious problems. We've got families falling apart, custody war tearing kids apart, and we're still pretending everything's fine as long as we've got our Mickey Mouse ears on. And don't even get me started on the bigger picture here. Family breakdown isn't new. Divorce rates have been at a record high for decades and only growing higher, but we act shocked when things like this happen. Why? Because we've stopped asking the hard questions. What happens when parents stop putting their kids first? What happens when resentment festers unchecked? Well, we're so obsessed with my truth and my feelings that we forget the collateral damage. And Yatin wasn't collateral, he was the target. Some people might say, Joe, what about mental health? Maybe she snapped. And sure, that's possible. There's no official word on her mental state, but I'm not buying the she couldn't help it excuse. Like, I hate that. You don't accidentally buy a knife and slit your kid's throat. That is not a cry for help. It's a crime. And we owe it to Yatin to call it what it is. Accountability matters, guys. Feelings don't get a free pass to destroy a life. So where does this leave us? Well, honestly, heartbroken, but also awake. This story is a wake-up call. We've got to stop letting family dysfunction spiral this far. There is clearly a problem within the marital system. Kids deserve better than to be caught in the crossfire of adult bitterness. And yeah, the system's not perfect. Custody courts can be a mess, but at the end of the day, this was Sarita's choice. No one else held that knife. Rest in peace, y'all, and you didn't deserve this. And to everyone that's watching, hug your family a little tighter tonight. All right, guys, that's my take. What do you think? Am I totally off base here? I mean, I work with kids and I have a soft spot for them, but I still think I'm pretty in tune with the situation. But hey, maybe you disagree with me, or maybe you agree. Either way, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want more breakdowns like this, smash that like button and subscribe. I'm Joe Wheatley, and I will see you in the next episode of The Glass Room.